What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So I was watching Bag Fuel. That's Esso and Heineken's podcast where they talk about an array of different topics. They interview different people, and they were talking about Ti and Tip saying that he was the king of the South and declaring it like prematurely or whatever, right? And so it just made me think about Tip's career. As y'all know in this channel, Tip is one of my top 10 favorite rappers of all time. All time. I think Tip is one of the most underappreciated, underrated rappers, mainstream rappers of recent times. Right? He wasn't underappreciated as far as record sales go or chart success. But I think real hip hop fans underrate him and his lyrical ability. Like Tip, as far as rapping goes, Tip can rap with the best of them easily. I've never had a time where I feel like, oh, Tip ain't gonna be able to keep up with this person and that person. I never felt like that. On Swagger Like Us, Tip easily had the best verse out of everybody on the song. I didn't like Wayne verse like that. I really didn't care for Jigga verse or Kanye. I really didn't. Tip the really one that blew my mind away with that verse. What they say, all my verses picture perfect. What is it? Taken from the surface, it might seem that I got reason to be nervous. Then observe my work and see that my adversity was worth it. Verses autobiographical, absolutely classical. Last thing I'm worried about is what another rapper do. Ain't nobody hot as me. Even if they rap their ass off, blast off, and have outstanding qualities. Sell a lot of records, I respect it and salute that. But spitting real life on hot beats, I'm the truth fed. Kick it like me, no exaggeration necessary. Living revolutionary, nothing less than legendary. What is it? Living less than I forgot. Well, I forgot. But anyway, y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. Tip was going in. And I think people hear songs like You Can Have Whatever You Like. Yeah, stacks on deck, Patron on ice. They hear stuff like that and now why you wanna go and do that? Mom? They hear songs like that and think that's really Tip. Like, no. Like, it's no way you can listen to Urban Legend, listen to trap music, listen to King, and there's no way you can listen to that and tell me he's not an outstanding lyricist. He's not he doesn't have outstanding delivery, an amazing flow, his cadence, like all of that, he had it down pat, and it came rather easy to him. Seriously, Tip sounds so comfortable on beats. Like, regardless of what you put him on, it's almost effortless. And I'm telling y'all right now, I feel like this, if Tip was from New York, he probably would have had a lot more success or a lot more respect than what he did. Now, granted, we had Southern rappers get their shine. Wayne got their shine. Wayne got his shine. Scarface to a lesser degree. People look at Scarface, look at Face as a lyricist. And Outkast, really, people really only be giving Andre 3000. They only get 3 Stacks his credit as a lyricist. They always try to act like Big Boy was never. They all never really try to give Big Boy his props like that. He's like an afterthought. They just say 3K. But Big Boy is an outstanding lyricist too. But anyway, a lot of the Southern rappers get overlooked a lot of times. And to be for real with y'all, Tip better than a lot of people's favorites to me. In my opinion. I grew up listening. So I want to explain this to people. I grew up listening to hip hop as a young man, listening to lyricists. I'm 31 years old. People in my generation, a lot of people in my generation, introduction to hip hop or lyricism. The introduction to lyricism came through Lil Wayne. That was not the case for me. I had a brother who was 9 years older than me, a cousin who was 8 years older than me. They were listening to Jadakiss, Fab. They were listening to Jay-Z. They were listening to Nas. They was listening to AZ. They was listening to all the different type of rappers that were lyrical you could think of. They would listen to all of that. So I had that type of taste in music because that is what my big brother was listening to. That was what my cousin was listening to. And these are the people that I looked up to the most, right? They was listening to Tip, stuff like that too. So I had an affinity for that type of lyricism early on. So when I hear Wayne, even though I think Wayne is dope, I always felt like Tip was a more mature artist than him. His music matured much better than Wayne. Again, Tip talk about selling dope, but he ain't on there at 40 years old, I suck a pussy, fuck a pussy, leave it there. Put a lick on in that penny pie. Like, it's sometimes you gotta, you know, Wayne, his maturation in music, it never really matured a lot to me. And Tip can rap about all different type of stuff. Whether it could be about art, he can rap about real estate, he can rap about landscape, he can rap about architecture, he can rap about stocks and bonds, he can rap about how to mac abroad, he can rap about how to sell dope, he can rap about how to get you a nice clean car, all different type of ways, and he can do it where it doesn't sound forced, where it doesn't sound uncomfortable. And that's what I appreciate it from Tip. Truthfully speaking, people in New York gonna get mad at me. Tip is a better rapper than Fabulous. And I know people gonna be like, oh, what Fab got? Yes, he got a lot of metaphors and punchlines, but as far as rap, I don't think he's a better rapper than Tip. Like bar for bar, line for line, flow for flow, no. I don't see that. It's a lot of dudes I just didn't. 50 my guy. 50 was never a better rapper than Tip. Now, he had a more impactful album than he did, without question. Get Rich or Die Trying is one of the most impactful albums of hip-hop history, modern hip-hop history. But as far as rap goes, no. Urban Legend, Trap Music, King, Paper Trail. Even when the way he started off Paper Trail on 56 Bar, oh my God. What? The way he was rapping on that album, and like again, 56 bars intro, and then I'm Illy. What on Paper Trail? That's really better. That's better rapping than 50 has done for a lot of his career. And I love 50 as an artist. I really do. I really love Fifth. But Tip, the way Tip flows and the delivery, the way he rap lyrically, he's always been better than 50. Lyrically. I'm gonna be for real. Pharrell called Tip a down south Jay-Z for a reason. Even on I'm Serious, the first album that nobody bought, in 01, he was rapping in. You feel me? When you heard him on Never Scared, like what? That was young Tip. And again, those are party songs. Listen to them album cuts. Listen to stuff like I Can't Quit on Trap Music. Listen to what's my other joint? Not T.I. versus T.I.P. on the song. It's a song on there called T.I. versus T.I.P. on Trap Music. Let me look at the Trap Music discography. That opening song, Trap Music. This is one of my favorite. Not No More Talk. Look What I Got. King of the South on Trap Music. Doing My Job. Like again, I Can't Quit. What? Listen, man. Tip always been an outstanding rapper. And then again, I enjoy Tip content more than Wayne as far as like a lot of the albums go, because the maturation in the music, the maturity and stuff he was talking about, subject matter, talking about, his situation with I Still Love You, talking about being with a woman, he got his best friend pregnant while he's still with his mother, two of his children, and trying to juggle that lifestyle and all of that. And it was just a lot of different stuff that I feel like Tip had relatable topics in his music. And it was just fire. Now, again, as he made money, stuff became less relatable, but it was still dope and clever. And again, I've seen him out-rap a lot of dudes. Now, people gonna talk about this Ludacris stuff. Luda ain't never been better than Tip, ever. He had a lot of hit records, but Luda was more comedy. He could rap, though, but he was never no. And don't bring up that Stomp verse, because Tip laid his verse to Young Buck Stomp first. And then he threw a slight little jab at Luda, and Luda was able to hear that and then give a final blow. Get off the T.I.P. of my dude. But I promise y'all, in the back and forth, Tip would obliterate Luda. Get him up out of here easily. Easily. He would have killed Luda. And Luda really from Illinois. He moved when he was like 14. And then moved out there to Atlanta or something. But Tip by far better than Luda.